Father, I come to you this morning with a heart that feels so heavy, so quietly burdened by the weight of loneliness that settled in sometime during the night and stayed there when the sun came up. I come to you on behalf of someone who woke up today and felt the silence of the morning wrap around them like something cold, something distant, something that reminded them once again that no one seems to notice how they're really doing. Lord, I lift up this precious soul who opened their eyes today and felt that familiar ache, that quiet emptiness that comes when you realize no one has reached out, no one has asked, no one seems to care whether you're okay or struggling, whether you're hurting or holding on by a thread. I come to you because you see what no one else sees. You know what no one else knows. And I pray that in this moment, in the stillness of this morning, your presence would begin to fill the spaces where loneliness has made its home. God, you know what it feels like to wake up and look at the day ahead and feel like you're carrying everything alone. You know what it's like to scroll through messages and see nothing, to check your phone and find silence, to sit in the quiet of your own home and wonder if anyone would even notice if you weren't okay. You know the weight of feeling invisible, of feeling like the people around you have moved on with their lives while you're still here, still waiting, still hoping that someone might stop and see you. You know the loneliness that doesn't announce itself with loud tears or dramatic moments, but the kind that sits quietly in the corners of the heart, the kind that whispers in the morning that you're on your own, that no one really cares, that you've been forgotten. Lord, I bring this heart to you now because you are the one who has never forgotten, the one who has never looked away, the one who sees every hidden tear and every unspoken ache. Father, I ask that you would meet this beloved child of yours right where they are this morning, not where they wish they were, not where they think they should be, but right here in this moment of vulnerability, in this space of raw and honest emotion. Meet them in the heaviness, meet them in the loneliness, meet them in the feeling of being unseen and uncared for. Meet them in the quiet sadness that has become so familiar it almost feels normal. I pray that your presence would begin to shift something in the atmosphere of their heart, that even as I speak these words, they would start to sense that they are not as alone as they feel, that there is someone who has been with them all along, someone who has never taken his eyes off of them, someone who knows their name and their story and the weight they've been carrying in silence. God, you know how hard it is to wake up day after day feeling like this. You know how exhausting it is to put on a brave face when inside you're falling apart. You know how isolating it feels to be surrounded by people and still feel completely alone. You know the ache of longing for someone to see past the surface, to ask the real questions, to care about the answers. You know what it's like to feel like you're invisible, like you're just going through the motions while everyone else is living their lives, like you're standing on the outside, looking in at a world that doesn't have room for your pain. Lord, I lift up this precious one who has felt all of these things, who has carried this burden quietly, who has woken up so many mornings with this same heaviness and wondered if it will ever change. I ask that you would speak to their heart right now, that you would whisper truths that break through the lies loneliness has been telling them. Father, I pray that they would know, deep in the center of their being, that you care. Not just in a distant, theological way, but in a real, present, intimate way. You care about how they woke up this morning. You care about the tears they held back yesterday. You care about the conversations they wish they could have. You care about the loneliness that wraps around them like a weight they can't shake off. You care about the longing in their heart to be seen, to be known, to matter to someone. You care about the moments when they've felt like giving up, the mornings when they've wondered if anyone would even notice if they weren't here. You care about every single part of their story, every feeling they've tried to hide, every hope they've been afraid to voice. Lord, let them feel the depth of your care this morning. Let it wash over them like the first light of dawn, soft and gentle and warm, melting away the coldness that loneliness has left behind. God, I ask that you would help them see themselves the way you see them, not as forgotten or invisible or unimportant, but as deeply loved, carefully watched over, tenderly held in your heart. You see them, Father. You see them when they wake up in the middle of the night with anxiety pressing down on their chest. You see them when they're sitting alone at the kitchen table, staring at their coffee, trying to find the strength to face another day. You see them when they're scrolling through social media, watching everyone else's lives unfold, feeling more alone with every post. You see them when they're holding back tears in public, when they're pretending everything is fine, when they're quietly falling apart behind closed doors. You see every moment, every struggle, every silent cry of their heart. And you don't just see them with indifference or pity. You see them with love, with compassion, with a tender care that never wavers. Father, I pray that you would help them feel seen this morning. In a world that has made them feel invisible, let them encounter the reality of your gaze that has never left them. In a life where people have overlooked them, passed them by, failed to check in or ask how they're really doing, let them know that you have been present in every single moment. You have been there in the loneliness. You have been there in the tears. You have been there in the silence when no one else was. You have been watching, caring, holding them even when they couldn't feel it. Lord, I ask that the eyes of their heart would be open to see your presence, to recognize that they have never been truly alone, that even in the moments when it felt like no one cared, you were there, you were close, you were wrapping your love around them like a blanket they couldn't yet feel. God, you know the deep longing in their heart to matter to someone, to be important enough that someone would notice if they were struggling, to be loved in a way that feels consistent and safe and real. You know how much they've wanted someone to reach out, to ask the hard questions, to sit with them in their pain without trying to fix it or rush past it. You know the disappointment they've felt when people have let them down, when they've been forgotten, when they've realized that they're not on anyone's mind the way they wish they were. Lord, I bring all of this longing to you because you are the one who never disappoints, the one who never forgets, the one whose love is perfect and constant and never based on our performance or our ability to keep it together. You are the one who sees the heart behind the brave face, who knows the truth beneath the surface, who loves us, not despite our brokenness, but right in the middle of it. Father, I pray that you would fill the empty spaces in their heart this morning, the places where human love has failed to reach, where friendships have fallen short, where family hasn't understood, where they've felt abandoned or overlooked or taken for granted. I pray that your love would flow into those spaces like living water, bringing life and healing and comfort. Let them experience your presence not as something distant or abstract, but as something real and tangible and close. As real as the air they're breathing, as close as their own heartbeat. Let them sense that you are with them in this very moment, that you are not somewhere far away in heaven, distracted or busy with more important things, but that you are right here, right now, fully present and fully attentive to every feeling they're experiencing. God, I pray that you would speak to the lie that says they don't matter, the lie that whispers they're too much trouble, too needy, too broken, too ordinary to be worthy of real care and attention, the lie that says if people really knew them, they'd walk away, the lie that says they're destined to be alone, that this is just how it's going to be, that they should accept it and stop hoping for something different. Father, I ask that you would shatter those lies with the truth of your word, with the reality of your love, with the undeniable evidence that you have never stopped pursuing them, never stopped caring, never stopped holding them in your heart. Let them know that they matter to you in ways that go beyond anything they could measure or understand. They matter because you created them, because you chose them, because you delight in them, because their life has value and purpose and meaning that has nothing to do with whether other people recognize it or not. Lord, I lift up the emotional exhaustion they're carrying this morning, the weariness that comes from trying to be strong all the time, from having no one to lean on, from carrying burdens alone that were never meant to be carried that way. I pray that you would be their strength today. Not strength that demands they pull themselves together and keep pushing through, but strength that comes from resting in your presence, from letting you carry what's too heavy, from admitting that they can't do this on their own and they don't have to. Father, let them feel the relief of releasing the weight into your hands, of trusting that you are strong enough to hold everything they've been trying to hold themselves. Let them know that it's okay to not be okay, that you don't require them to have it all together before you'll draw close. You meet us in our weakness, in our brokenness, in our most desperate moments, and you pour out grace and compassion and tender mercy. God, I pray for the day ahead of them. I know they're looking at these hours and wondering how they're going to get through, how they're going to face the loneliness that follows them everywhere, how they're going to find the strength to keep going when their heart feels so empty. Father, I ask that you would walk with them through every moment of this day, through the quiet morning hours when the loneliness feels most acute, through the busy afternoon when they're surrounded by people but still feel alone, through the evening when they come home to silence and wish there was someone waiting to ask about their day, through the night when anxiety and sadness press in and sleep feels impossible. Walk with them, Lord. Be their companion, their comfort, their constant presence that never leaves and never fails. Father, I pray that you would bring moments of unexpected grace into their day, small reminders that you see them, that you care, that you're orchestrating things behind the scenes that they can't yet see. Maybe a song that speaks directly to their heart. Maybe a memory that brings comfort instead of pain. Maybe a moment of beauty that catches them off guard and reminds them that there is still goodness in the world. Maybe a sense of peace that settles over them when they least expect it. A whisper of hope that refuses to be extinguished. Lord, let them recognize these moments as your love, reaching out to them, your tender care making itself known in the ordinary details of their day. God, I pray for healing in their heart, not the kind of healing that happens all at once, but the kind that comes slowly, gently, as your love seeps into the wounded places and begins to restore what loneliness has damaged. I pray that you would heal the parts of them that feel broken and unlovable. Heal the parts that have been rejected and overlooked. Heal the parts that have built walls to protect themselves from more disappointment. Heal the parts that are afraid to hope, afraid to trust, afraid to believe that things could ever be different. Father, bring your healing touch to every corner of their heart, to every memory that reinforces the lie that they're not important, to every experience that has made them feel invisible. Let your love be the medicine that restores their sense of worth, that rebuilds their hope, that reminds them who they really are. Lord, I pray that they would begin to see themselves as you see them, not as someone who is too much or not enough, but as someone who is exactly right, exactly as they should be, deeply loved and highly valued. You don't love them because they've earned it or because they're perfect or because they have it all together. You love them because they're yours, because you chose them before the foundation of the world, because you delight in who they are, just as they are. Father, let this truth sink deep into their soul. Let it become the foundation they stand on, stronger than any human opinion, more reliable than any earthly relationship, more constant than any feeling that rises and falls with circumstances. God, I pray that you would remind them that loneliness doesn't have to define their story. Yes, they've walked through seasons of deep isolation. Yes, they've felt the pain of being forgotten and overlooked. Yes, they've carried burdens alone that should have been shared. But this is not the end. This is not the final chapter. You are writing something new, even now, even in the midst of this hard season. You are working in ways they can't see, preparing things they can't imagine, orchestrating connections and moments and breakthroughs that will come in your perfect timing. Father, give them the grace to trust your timing, to believe that you haven't forgotten them, to hold on to hope even when everything around them suggests they should give up. Lord, I lift up their relationships, both the ones that exist and the ones they're longing for. I pray for the people in their life who have failed to see them, who have been too busy or distracted or caught up in their own struggles to notice what's happening in this precious heart. Father, I ask that you would work in those relationships, that you would open eyes and soften hearts and create opportunities for real connection. And I pray that you would also bring new people into their life, people who will see them and value them and show up consistently, people who will be safe and trustworthy and caring, people who will help carry the weight instead of adding to it. God, you know the specific friendships they need, the specific kinds of support and encouragement that would make such a difference. I trust that you're already moving, already preparing, already arranging divine appointments and connections that will change everything. Father, I pray against the voice of the enemy that has been whispering lies in the quiet moments, telling them they're not worth caring about, that they'll always be alone, that nothing will ever change. I speak truth over those lies right now. They are deeply loved. They are fully seen. They are not forgotten. They are not invisible. They are not destined for loneliness. They are a child of the living God, created with purpose, filled with value, worthy of love and care and attention. The enemy wants them to believe they're isolated and hopeless, but you are declaring over them that they are held and cherished and never alone. Lord, let your voice be louder than the lies. Let your truth be more powerful than the deception. Let your love break through every barrier the enemy has tried to build around their heart. God, as this morning continues and they move into their day, I pray that they would carry with them the awareness of your presence, not as something they have to work up or conjure up or try really hard to feel, but as a reality that simply is, whether they feel it or not. You are with them. You are walking beside them. You are speaking over them words of love and affirmation and blessing. You are watching over them with tenderness and care. You are working all things together for their good. You are holding their future in your hands. You are never going to leave them or abandon them or forget about them. These are not just nice words or religious platitudes. These are solid, unshakable truths that hold firm no matter what their emotions are telling them in any given moment. Father, I pray for peace to settle over their heart right now. The kind of peace that doesn't make sense given their circumstances. The kind of peace that can only come from you. The peace that passes all understanding and guards their heart and mind in Christ Jesus. Let this peace be a blanket that covers them, a shelter that protects them, a foundation that steadies them when everything else feels unstable. Let them rest in the knowledge that they are held by you, that their life is hidden with Christ in God, that nothing can separate them from your love, not even the loneliness they're feeling right now. Lord, I thank you that you are the God who sees. You saw Hagar in the wilderness when she was alone and afraid and feeling abandoned, and you see this precious one today. You saw the woman at the well when everyone else had rejected her and written her off. And you see this beloved child of yours right now. You saw the psalmists in their moments of deep despair and loneliness. And you recorded their honest prayers in your word so that people like this would know they're not the first to feel this way, and they won't be the last. You have always been the God who sees the overlooked, who hears the unheard, who cares for the forgotten. And you are doing that right now, in this very moment, for this precious soul who needs to know they matter to you. God, as this prayer comes to a close, I want them to know one final truth that I pray will stay with them throughout this day and beyond. They are seen, not just by a distant deity who observes from afar, but by a loving Father who is intimately involved in every detail of their life. They are loved, not with a conditional love that changes based on performance or perfection, but with an everlasting love that will never let them go. They are not alone, not this morning, not in the struggles ahead, not ever. You are with them, Emmanuel, God with us, and your presence is more real than anything they can see or touch or feel. You care about how they woke up this morning. You care about the heaviness in their heart. You care about the loneliness that has been their companion for too long. And you are doing something about it, even now, in ways that will unfold in your perfect timing. Father, I release them into this day with confidence that you are going before them, preparing the way, providing what they need, protecting their heart, and carrying them when the weight gets too heavy. I thank you that this is not the end of their story, that you are writing chapters of hope and healing and restoration that haven't been revealed yet. I thank you that they don't have to figure everything out today. They just have to take the next step, and you'll be there with them in that step and in every one that follows. Bless them, Lord. Surround them with your love. Fill them with your peace. Remind them throughout this day that they are yours, and that will never change. You are seen. You are loved. You are not alone. Not this morning. Not ever. Amen.